order slash path, like Naqshbandi, Chishti, Qadri, etc., and giving bayt to a spiritual sheikh from Islam to give us the bayt to a spiritual sheikh from Islam? Is it from Islam? I ask Allah to preserve you, Sheikh. Did the Sahaba explicitly state that Allah is above His throne?
May Allah preserve you as well. Two-part question. The first is with regards to joining a Sufi order, a Sufi lodge, And the second is, did the Sahaba actually state that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was above His throne? As far as the first part of the question, please go to Mufti Q&A, in which we explained on what Sufism is, and the pros and the cons and the ups and the downs of quote-unquote Sufism or Tasawwuf. What's important is the answer is no. You don't join no Sufi order. Abadan. There is no order except for the order of Islam. That is the order. Inna ad-deena inda Allahi al-Islam. The deen with Allah is Islam. Then obviously you want to say, well, people have different interpretations of Islam. Some say Sufi, some say Salafi, some say Tablighi, some say Batini, Dhahiri, da 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 da. Inna ad-deena inda Allahi al-Islam. The deen with Allah is Islam. So the closest, most organic and orthodox understanding and practice of the deen is the thing that you should stick to. And that is not Naqshbandi or Qadri or so on and so forth, without a question. And the greatest proof for this is that there were years that passed through the Muslim Ummah and these groups were unheard of. They were unknown. So if that was the case, if there were 100 years, 200 years, 300 years, there was no Naqshbandi, Qadri, this and that, there was no Tijani, there was no Baha'i in these names and these terms. If they didn't exist, then how can a person claim that that's the closest, most organic, orthodox way? That is mathematically what? Impossible. That don't even make sense. That doesn't make what? Sense. If someone says we need to focus on the internalization of religion, spirituality, softness, this is that, that's from day one, from the deen, no question. But this specific order with its rules, with its sets, with its leader, so on and so forth, how many years went by and the Muslims never ever said this or did this, or let alone had an allegiance to this leader? Proving that it's what? Not necessarily false. We know that it's false, but proving that it's not the what? It's not the best product that you can get. It's not the what? It's not the best product you can get. So why not get the what? The best product. And I'm not talking about just Sufi groups. Any group, any Dawah group that has a set amount of principles and a de facto leader and this and that. How many years went by and the Muslims never called themselves this or never did this or never say that you have to go here? Proving that it's not the what? It's not the what? It's not the best. It's not the closest. So use a bit of common sense. All right? As far as did the companions say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was above the throne, the Quran says that Allah is above the throne. In 7 places with that specific wording. Ar-Rahmanu ala arsh istawa, thumma istawa ala arsh. The ayat that deal with the highness of Allah and the loftiness of Allah, Imam al-Dhahabi rahimahullah, barakallahu fikum, and others, or half of the Dhahabi, more accurately quoted, they say that there are over 300 types of proofs and evidences from Quran and Sunnah to state that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is what? Above. But the specific wording of the arsh, thumma stawa ala arsh, Allah mentioned that 7 times in the Quran with that exact wording. Why would Allah say it like that if it meant something else? ثُمَّ اسْتَوْلَى عَلَى الْعَرْشِ. It doesn't make what? Sense. Oftentimes, and this is something that we try to quote and push and propagate, the importance of using a little bit of what? Common sense. And that's why Allah Azza wa Jalla, He blessed the human being with what? The ability to think and use his mind. So, if you want to read the statements of the Sahaba concerning Allah's istiwa, and Allah's ulu, His loftiness, then an excellent book is Ijtima' al-Juyush al-Islamiyya of Ibn Qayyim rahimahullah ta'ala. There are other books, this is one of the most excellent books, Ijtima' al-Juyush al-Islamiyya. I don't know if it's in English, but Ibn Qayyim, he makes a severe argument against those who reject this. And he quotes the athar and the munqufat and the marwiyat pertaining to Allah's loftiness, that's one issue, and Allah's istiwa, which is a different issue. 2 different issues. So Allah said it. Did the Prophet say it? He asked the slave girl, where is Allah? We don't have to go that far. We say what? Quran says it. And Allah never mentioned its interpretation. ثُمَّ اسْتَوْلَى عَلَى الْعَرْشِ. for it to mean something else? Huh? So that doesn't make any sense. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. This will be our last question that we would take tonight, bismillah.